Welcome into the Upstate Pulse. My name is Lonzo. Yes, I have returned. Give me a little more volume, please, because and take the music down just a little, just because I don't have much of a voice. So, welcome into the laid back hour. Lonzo's here. Odie's here. Matthew's. No, I can't do that either. That's going to make me cough. Thank you for joining us, and we're gonna have a good time tonight, despite my ailments. And I'm actually going to talk about that a little bit because I got a little bit of a beef, just a little bit of a beef. We're also going to be talking about
how cooked is that beef? Is that medium rare or is that well done?
Well, you got to do it medium rare. You got to put
medium rare is the ideal way to cook your meat.
You want to get that grill nice and hot. 4 minutes on either side, down the hatch. Salt and pepper. Got to put on salt and pepper.
It's burnt. Okay, it's burnt. Anyway, you might have gave me too much volume. I mean, we're also going to be talking about the bracket because I changed my mind, changed it to something else. Odie's still not going to be happy, but he can research.
Why are you all of a sudden like, oh, Odie's not going to be happy?
Because
Odie's the one person who's never happy.
Odie, should I recreate? No, I'd hurt myself. The utter disappointment when I said what it was in the first place, and you just like almost hit your head on the table.
No. See, here's the thing: we started talking about it, and then you went on to tell me about Dog Welder or Dog Face Welder or whatever he's called.
Well,
and then I had immediate disdain because there's a superhero out there, and he's welding faces or he's welding dogs onto people's faces. That person needs to just be taken out the back.
I've decided we're not doing that. Okay. So anyway, if you want to be a part of the show, text line is 71307. Or you can hit us up on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, or the X at either the Upstate Pulse or 98.9 WORD. So since we're already talking about it, let's just go ahead and say what we're changing it to. Okay. I originally wanted to take out the Trinity. I wanted to take out Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman. I wanted to take out Spider-Man and X-Men.
Wait, this is the annual bracket?
Yeah, and
okay.
I was going to just do.
I haven't seen this yet.
I was going to do comic book characters, and because of the stream, because you guys are important, you really are. You pretty much came at me and said, "No, you can't do it without that." See, here's the problem, though. If we do it, then there he's muted.
Oh, okay.
All you had to do is mute him.
That's what it was.
If we do it, then Batman's going to win.
Yeah, my producer brain kicked in. I was like,
I forgot to mute the laptop.
I was just sitting here. I was like, I hear an echo.
It's been so long since I've had to do that because I've missed a few weeks.
It's okay. I got it.
Sorry, Lonzo.
I got it. We're good. So anyway, Batman will win. So and I don't want to do that because I mean that's fine. I get everyone likes Batman and Batman will win because Batman wins in anything that he's in. He just does.
Yeah.
So I had to change it. And here's what I'm changing it to. We're still staying in the comic book realm. And I'm going to need your help, by the way. Text line 71307 and the people in this room. I only expect help from one person, but the people in this room. It's okay, dude.
No.
It's not your.
How do you know?
It's not your Ballywick. Anyway.
My Ballywick?
Yeah, you don't know what Ballywick is? Look it up.
It's a town in Sligo.
No, it's not. It might be, but it also means something else. Look it up.
What's your Ballywick?
It's not your Ballywick.
That's my new. I'm just gonna walk up to people and go, "How's it going? What's your Ballywick?"
It's just, in case Chris Evans was listening, he's just very proud right now. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go with comic book sidekicks.
Oh, that's an interesting.
Yeah. Because we've never sidekicks.
So Arthur.
Yes,
okay.
Arthur would be.
See?
Arthur would be just because we mentioned that like a couple of weeks ago. Robin is a sidekick.
What would we do? We would do the individual Robins. Though.
Yes.
Yeah.
I have a list of 27 so far. I need 64. Actually, and I just started today.
Okay.
But we kind of need to get this ready for next week or the following week. So I'm gonna have to work on this during the week. So if you guys have an idea of a sidekick, even an obscure one, especially obscure ones, let us know. Text line 71307. There you go, Trey. I don't have Skeets down, and I need to put that down. I need a pin. Various Robins are already on the list. I will tell you that. But Skeets is a perfect example of a sidekick that you wouldn't think of. Now, he's not a person, but he's still a sidekick.
What do you mean he's not a person? Is he an entity?
Yeah. Skeets is he's an AI, if I recall, for Booster Gold.
Oh, so he's kind of like Jarvis or,
yes.
or Friday.
Jarvis is on this list, by the way. Aqualad, people saying Aqualad on the list already have Aqualad. Robin, I've got.
Well, you've lots of Robins. You've got Dick
4
Grayson.
Robins.
You've got Carrie Keeley.
Yeah, we're not using
Jason Dodd.
We're just using the 4 most famous Robins: Dick Grayson, Tim Drake, Damian Wayne, and Jason Todd.
Okay. What about Stephanie Brown?
Nah.
Or Damon Wayne? Wayne?
Yes,
Damon Wayne. Okay, you said Damon Wayne.
Damian
yeah.
Wayne,
it's Damien. It's not Damon Wayne.
Okay.
You're thinking Damon Wayans.
I'm thinking, yeah.
You're thinking of the Fighter of the Night Man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not really thinking, though. I don't do a lot of thinking. That's kind of what I do. Oh, I need to do something over here.
I don't. So Tornado is Zorro's horse sidekick. Is he? You know, if you're going to do that, then I guess
Silver could be
could be a sidekick.
You can hi-ho Silver away.
You know what? Pinky from Pinky and the Brain. Absolutely. Pinky's a sidekick.
But are we doing comic book sidekicks?
You know what? Here's the thing that I'm going to have to do. And I was thinking about this on the way in. It's good. I'm going to throw an animated too, because in order to get enough, I don't think you can go back to the golden age of comic books and we're going to come up with names that we're all going to have to look up.
Oh,
and
yeah.
where's the fun in that? But Pinky from Pinky and the Brain, I think I'm fine with that. Unless the gallery, he wasn't a sidekick though.
Apparently he is. He made the list of sidekicks.
Yeah, but they're wrong. He wasn't a sidekick.
Yeah, but they're wrong. Hold on a second now. I'm after looking something up on the internet.
He doesn't fit my criteria.
What's your criteria?
That he actually has to work with someone else as their sidekick.
Maybe in a parallel universe. Maybe. Well, hold on. Does that mean? Oh, I'm just after coming up with something. Does that mean that Odie is a sidekick?
No, you guys are the star. I'm the sidekick. That's how that works. I'm just directing the talent, which is what I do everywhere here. I just direct the talent.
And I'm producing talent.
Can these cookies be my sidekick?
They can. By the way, Matthew made homemade cookies for the first time, and we were going to be trying them at some point during the show. Sucks for you, Cameron.
Yeah, Cameron.
Shouldn't be homesick. Although since I was homesick last week, I get it.
Yeah, that's because we had what's his name, Robin.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Rob Young from Borderlands Comics and Games, our wonderful sponsor here.
Yeah, no, that was a tease.
Pulse.
That was the tease.
Okay, all right.
To try and just make you feel a little bit kind of like.
Yeah, well, I already felt that way.
I know. We missed you.
Yeah. Well, I know he did. So I mean, that's all that mattered.
No, because we were sitting here and we were having the fun. And next thing I looked over to the seat and I was like, that's not Lonzo. But it was Cameron. So I was like, All right. Mark says short round from Indiana Jones. I want to stick to No.
By the way,
no.
Yeah,
if Mark came up and said short round.
You can know all you want, but we're talking comic book or animated comic
If
book.
you're letting Pinky in, then you can get short round.
No, short round is an actual human being.
Yeah, he is.
He's not animated. He's not in a comic book.
Would you not call Indiana Jones a superhero?
No. He's an adventurer.
Well, now, I don't know.
And an archaeologist.
Trish says Krillin. Yes, I would consider Krillin a sidekick. Although you could almost consider almost every Z fighter a sidekick.
To a degree.
But
would you consider Pikachu a sidekick to Ash?
No, because he captured him.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
He didn't capture Pikachu.
No,
he
Pikachu.
put him into one of his balls, and that was the end of it.
No, not Pikachu.
No, Pikachu was his starter.
Yeah, that was his friend. Yeah.
Did he not have him in a ball? Pokeball.
No,
he usually
Pikachu doesn't
on
go
his
in the
shoulder. Yeah, he's just like walking.
Pikachu doesn't like Pokeballs.
But I would consider Krillin the ultimate.
None of us do.
I would consider Krillin the ultimate sidekick because when he died, I cried. So and I don't care. I'm an adult. It hit me emotionally. So
dude, don't diss the crying as an adult. Anytime I watch
Joey is Yugi's sidekick in Yu-Gi-Oh. Absolutely.
I don't know Yu-Gi-Oh. So
you don't know Yu-Gi-Oh?
I'd have to take your word for it.
But yeah, don't diss the crying as an adult because anytime I watch Bluey, yeah,
Bluey's rough.
Bluey's hard to watch. Man.
So continue to send us. We'll continue to talk about this throughout the show, but continue to send us stuff. I'm definitely going to add a bunch of this to the list. And last year, Matthew came up with a list that he sent me, and he's welcome to do again. And
I'm not as knowledgeable on sidekicks as I am games, so
that's fine. Silver Surfer's Galactus sidekick.
Technically,
kind of.
Well,
he's his harbinger of doom, but
he's one of his heralds.
He's the herald of disaster.
Yeah. I mean,
is he really a sidekick then, or is he just a kind of just a heads up, guys?
He's more
it depends on which comic series you're reading.
He's more of a slave, though, isn't he?
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah.
So there are a lot of ways we can go with this, but we need to get about 70 something, because I do want to do play-ins again like we did last year.
Oh yeah.
I kind of enjoyed that, and I think in the end we can go to a panel of judges to decide what is and what isn't, but I'll just end up deciding. So I mean, I have very little power, but I do have power over this. So yes, Starscream for sure. I was thinking about that on the way in.
No,
Starscream. Yes, he is.
Yeah,
but he's too weedy and too kind of. Oh, okay, I'll do your bidding. I'm sorry.
All right, you sound like Shmoo or Smeagol. But no.
Anyway, yeah,
but yeah, he's definitely a sidekick.
Yeah,
just like Harley Quinn is a sidekick
to Mr. J.
Yes, so
Mr. J.
So not just heroes, but villains, a la Starscream. So yeah.
You know the way Harley Quinn calls Mr. J Puddin'?
Yes.
Every time. There was a story way back in Ireland of a maldeformed cow, a little calf that came out looking all terrible.
What?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No.
Why?
Listen to where this is going.
Okay.
And it was a poor little cow, and he was, the way sometimes.
Well, he was malformed. I'm guessing he was probably a poor little cow.
Yeah, he might have 7 legs or something like that, and he kind of had like a head and a half, and maybe one eye or something.
7 legs. I bet he's pretty fast.
No, the poor little thing. He never survived. But his name was Puddin'. They called him Puddin'. And anytime somebody says pudding, like when Harley Quinn says pudding, I just my brain just goes there to, okay, maybe it's my way of kind of linking both of them. That pudding is a deformed little calf, not Mr. J, who's just,
okay. You just weirded everybody out.
Sorry,
thank you.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna.
It's what I do.
Yeah, we're gonna go to a break in just a second, but I want to tell you some names that haven't been mentioned yet that are on the list. Jimmy Olsen is on the list. Jimmy Olsen is Superman's sidekick. Even has his own comic book. Yes. Batgirl, technically a sidekick. Yes. Bucky Barnes, sidekick. Stripesy. I don't know if you know Stripesy.
Yeah, he's very
from
good friends with
Star Spangled Kids.
If we're talking about Bucky, though, we'd have to specifically refer to not Winter Soldier Bucky. Pre World War II era Bucky.
There have been like 4 or 5 different Buckys, just like there have been.
Oh no,
yeah. So it's basically Robin to Captain America. Kato. From Green Hornet.
Yeah.
Sidekick. We already mentioned Arthur. Foggy Nelson is considered a sidekick according to a bunch of.
So who's Foggy Nelson?
Daredevil. It's his law partner.
Oh yeah, but he doesn't fight crime with him.
Yeah.
He fights crime in the courthouse.
Exactly, he does.
Okay.
War Machine. Jim Rhodes. Wong.
Go on.
Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is in the Jughead. We already mentioned Jarvis. Falcon. Kate Bishop is a sidekick. My favorite, Bob from Deadpool. He was actually in the movie too, but he's in the comics too.
Yeah,
Bob was a Hydra agent, a lower Hydra agent that Deadpool turned to his side, and now Bob is like there with him a bunch. Hit Girl from
Kick, that thing.
Yeah,
yeah.
She was Big Daddy's sidekick.
She was.
And Microchip, David Linus, who was Punisher's man in the chair, the guy who would get him all his guns and everything. Out in the van whenever they would go somewhere. And according to many websites, Jubilee was actually Wolverine's sidekick.
I'll go with that.
All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, a lot more to get to. Keep sending those. We'll add them to the list. You're listening to the Upstate Pulse right here on News Talk 98.9 WRD, the voice of the Carolinas. I don't know. No, all the X-Men wouldn't be sidekicks to Professor X because he's not.
He's a team leader and they're a team. That's not the same thing.
I mean, you could say they all are the Cyclops, maybe. I don't know.
That's like saying that the Justice League is all the sidekick of Batman because he's on they're on his payroll.
Oh, that was close.
I'm not paying attention, so why even draw attention to it? No. Whatever it was, I wouldn't have noticed. I'm sick. Take advantage of me being sick.
You would have if it happened. 3 minutes, station. 3 minutes.
See, all these are matters of opinion. The most divisive thing that I've ever done in my entire radio career are these brackets.
What?
Because people get mad at me.
For what?
Because I leave something off, or my tie-breaking system, which everyone absolutely hates. I mean, there's just so many things.
And
they don't understand that I like that.
What about Obelix?
But you don't seem to understand that you're wrong for liking that.
That's fine.
Yeah,
I like Obelix.
I'm not a contrarian. Everyone else is. So there's that.
Also, on your question there, Scott, about Power World, it is so. I'm not going to play it at all because I don't support plagiarism.
Knew it.
He does.
Called
he
it.
Supports it.
Called it. You wouldn't play it.
No, but because it is very clear that several of the designs are very just straight up plagiarism.
By the way, all the designs are
not all of them. There are some.
What are we talking about?
Great original designs and some that are clearly inspired by similar things or same things.
I played for a while.
But there's also plenty that are just straight up copyright.
I played for a while and I got bored. I played for a while and I got bored. So, yeah.
But at the same time, seeing a success of a competitor Pokemon is important. At the same time, I wish it wasn't this game, but seeing hopefully this can be a start of a push to have actual competitors to Pokemon come out and to encourage Pokemon to improve, because oh boy, does it need to.
So if this was a Digimon game, you'd be all right.
If this was a Digimon game, I'd be down for it. I love Digimon. I used to play Digimon World Dawn on my DS growing up as a kid. I love that game.
What was the theme tune to Digimon?
What?
Got a Digimon. What was the theme tune for Digimon?
Digimon Digital Monsters. Digimon Digital Monsters. I did everything after that is just
kind of what it is.
I don't know the words. Ringing bells. I was like 8, if that.
I appreciate your passion, Dave.
Got a Digimon.
I mean, again, right away, I know the ones who I think will win on this whole thing, but the competition has taken a turn in recent years to where it's divisive and there's anger and there's one-upmanship and there's everyone wanting to make the other person pay.
Didn't Star Wars win the game stuff?
I'd be going for 2.
I don't remember.
Two.
I just remember that it was not a series. It was not a franchise that should have won.
I don't remember what the last one was. It was video games, wasn't it?
Yeah. That's the only one I've been a part of. So of course I'm going to remember.
I don't remember who won.
Yeah.
That sounds so familiar.
Yeah. That was the English dub intro.
Yeah, I can. Yeah. California section.
I know. But they knew that.
This is a stupid company, but
yeah, they already knew.
We love their intros.
I have a lot of text.
I love in Yu-Gi-Oh where they just took Joey Wheeler, Japanese high schooler, and just made him from Brooklyn. They just gave him a Brooklyn accent in the English dub.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
In Digimon.
No, this is in Yu-Gi-Oh.
Well, to make it a distinctive accent, you got to go with Brooklyn, right? I mean,
for the Japanese high schooler?
Well, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, no, we love Joey. We love Joey's English, but it's just funny.
He's lying. I don't even know what you just did. That's weird. I just said he was lying because he rounded up. Welcome. I mean, what?
You're back.
Are you gonna play music? Okay. Listen, I can talk over whatever I want to. So there.
I like the guy in the background and go.
No, what the heck was that? What are you doing? No, seriously, what was that?
What did I do?
What kind of noise was that? It was you. I saw you do it.
Of course it was me.
Yeah, but
why would I not make noises?
I was just saying that he lied. I mean, because he didn't make it in the time that he said. If you watch,
it's not a time. Parsecs are not a time.
No, it is.
It's not.
In Star Wars, it is.
No,
he rounded up. So he made it sound like he
said less than 12 parsecs.
Yeah, but he rounded. If you watch Han Solo, A Star Wars Story, he rounded up.
But why would you round it up? If you were saying you'd done it in less than 12 parsecs, you'd say
okay, maybe he rounded down. I don't know, dude. Stop. Stop trying to do what you're doing. Except for text line 71307.
Hey Alonzo, I saw the new movie that with the new Loki. In brackets, it says Loki is Loki tried to get the invincible hammer. He tricked young Thor into giving him the hammer and sent him to Hades. Thor made his own steel hammer and fought Loki and won. Very cool. Now this text message came
I got a question. Okay, there's Thor and Tor. Who's the?
I said.
What?
Yeah,
see, here's the thing. I said Thor, and then I realized I'm in America and I need to say Thor.
Yeah.
So I corrected myself midway through the sentence. So we got this text message sent in to us before the show started, and we were sitting here doing our pre-show prep, and I looked at it and I said, "Hey, Lonzo, in what movie did Loki get the hammer?" And like, I'm curious as to how he even lifted it, because Loki's not worthy. But how could he manage to get the hammer and to send Thor to Hades? And myself and Lonzo just kind of looked at each other and said, "What?" So we don't really know what's happening there. So Texter
all right. Let's be honest. We didn't see it, obviously. So tell us what it is and where it was.
Yeah, Texter 480 Texas.
And we will remedy that.
Yeah. And then we have the texter comes in and says Robin for the sidekick, and then Kato for Green Hornet. And we talked about Dio. So great mentions. Definitely great mentions.
All right.
But text us in about the Loki film.
Yeah, and also sidekicks. I want to tell you about something that's happening next Saturday and Sunday, and I'm sure Rob Young expounded upon it last week because it's his thing. But
he released it here. We heard it here first.
We're talking about the legendary sale, or are you talking about something else? All right, so the legendary sales next week, and trust me, it is legendary and it is worth going to. Borderlands Comics and Games, 410 South Pleasantburg Drive. You should go over there any day of the week, but especially next Saturday and Sunday, because got a bunch of deals going on, percentages off, and they pull stuff out of the back that you haven't seen, and you're like, oh, I want some of that, and it's just, you need to go, and definitely you will come out of there with a bunch of stuff. So I cannot wait till Saturday. Sometimes I go both days, because I will come out of there and go, okay, did I spend all my allotted money for this week? No, I did not. I'm going to go back tomorrow in case they bring some more stuff out of the back, because they do have a pretty big warehouse with a bunch of stuff in it.
What time are we going over next Saturday?
Oh, I will be there around 10 because that's when it opens.
Yeah, but what time are we going as part of the show that people can come and say hi?
Well, at any time.
Oh, okay.
I said 10.
Are you going to be there for quite a while?
No.
Quite some time.
You show up when it opens. You know why? Because that's when all the people are there lined up to get into the place, and you get to see all the wonderful fans of not only the Upstate Pulse, but Borderlands Comics and Games.
Okay.
So until you go when something just opens up, you haven't experienced the whole thing. But by the way, if you don't have time to be there when it opens, it's going on all day Saturday and all day Sunday. So make sure you check it out.
So you're telling me I got to be there at 10 o'clock next?
No, I mean,
you're looking at me there, and you've got that
go whenever you want.
Disgruntled look upon you, and you're like, respect my authority.
You know, I also heard that Rob Young is going to be on a TV show. Matthew, did you know that Odie has a TV show?
No, I did not know that.
He hasn't been here in a while, so he didn't know.
Oh yeah, Matthew.
I unironically did not know that. Tell me about this.
Well, you can watch Nighttime with Odie. I don't know where we came up with the name. We just got it. And it's on.
That sounds like the same kind of panel that came up with the
Rob Brown show.
We talked to them, and they gave us a couple of little hints, and they just told us
genius.
But yeah, it's Nighttime with Odie, and you can catch it on Facebook anywhere on the planet, and probably on the ISS if you really wanted to. It is on Thursday.
Wait, what? Did you say ISIS?
ISS.
International Space Station.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
All right. Okay.
If you really wanted to watch it there, and it's on Facebook. The Facebook channel page, whatever you want to call it, is Nighttime with Odie. We kept it simple.
So it's night with an N, not a K.
Yeah, no, because that'd be night time.
Okay. All right. I'll just.
That's true. That's true.
And then you could say "ne," but you wouldn't.
Well, I would have yesterday.
You would have yesterday with
Yes.
your night
Yes.
shirt on you.
Yes.
Yes, but it's 7:00 on Thursday nights. That's the plug that I was supposed to give that I'm terrible at doing. But yeah, 7:00 Thursday nights. You can watch it on the Face Tubes.
All right. Why would I want to watch it? What's on that show?
Well, next week or this coming week, we're going to have Rob Young. He's absolutely amazing. He's, as we all know, and he's going to be explaining even more about the massive sale that's coming up in Borderlands comics and games. We're also going to have an amazing skater girl, not a skater boy, a skater girl. She's going to be coming on as well. And we've got music and we have comedy. And I don't have the names in front of me because I'm terrible that way. Yes, lots of people on.
But if you went to the Facebook page, you probably
You will. If you go to the Facebook page, the promo is up and you can see.
So if you are an aspiring or someone, you have an act, let's say you're a comedian or you are a band or something like that, how would they go about?
Or if they have an interesting story, if it's a person that thinks they're a normal person, but they have a really interesting story, or maybe they have a normal story that they don't know is interesting, but as soon as they tell me, we'll find out it is an interesting story. But if they go on to Nighttime with Odie Facebook, they can send a message. They can leave it anywhere on the Facebook page, or they can send a direct message to the Nighttime with Odie elves, and they will get you on the show.
Well, let's say that Matthew was a guy who collected mushrooms that look like ex-presidents.
Yes.
Would he be someone that could
100%?
All right.
Because I would be very, very keen on seeing a Jimmy Carter mushroom.
Yeah, I definitely totally have that kind of collection, and it's not something that Lonzo just randomly made up.
Well, if you need, I need to get you in anyway because of the caramel that is Matthew Causey's voice.
Oh yeah.
So there you go.
He should be doing your intro, man.
Hello and welcome to Nighttime with Odie.
That's it. Sold. You're hired. Doesn't pay anything, but you're hired.
It's got to have some sort of snazzy little.
I'm getting paid in exposure. It's all right.
There you go.
Like every artist.
Whoa. I told you before about exposing. You just don't do it, man. Look at what you do behind closed doors is fine. And I know it's a streaming TV show, so you can kind of get away with saying a lot.
Oh, streaming. I thought you said streaking.
No.
Oh, okay.
You see, Matthew, we had this conversation a few weeks back.
If the camera pans down, that's on the camera.
It's the camera's fault.
If the show's going to be the show. I mean,
I know the camera guy, and he could probably do that. But yeah, I can just imagine the show opening. There's Naked Cameron just standing there.
That's no.
Look at Naked Cameron can come if he wants as well. It is after all nighttime.
Yeah, if Cameron is listening or watching right now, he just passed out. So
either that or he's starting to feel better. Look at who am I to judge?
Or he's saying in the pappy voice, daggum right. Anyway, all right, we're gonna take a break. When we come back, I had a harrowing experience yesterday. We're gonna talk about that a little bit, and I want to know if you guys are having the same problem. You are listening. Cameron said, "Don't rope me into this." Well, there would be no rope. Well, I don't know. You're listening to the Upstate Pulse right here and Stop It on News Talk 98.9 WORD, at least for now.
Oh, God. I also forgot I wanted to try, since I was covering a event last week, I was
Okay. We can do that when we come back.
Ropes.
Heck yeah.
Yep.
And you can distribute cookies then.
Heck yeah.
Please.
There it is. I found it. It's okay, Cameron. I found the music that we're going to play. No. I know you would like to exclude yourself, but no, you're in there now, so
It's all part of Odie's rock and roll fantasy.
It's not a fantasy, man.
It's reality.
It's all part of Odie's rock and roll dream.
Is this the real life or is it just fantasy? I feel like I'm caught in a landslide.
Stop
and
mixing songs just
No.
because you didn't know the song I was singing.
I'm not, but you just said fantasy, and
I
as soon
said
as
rock
I
and
hear
roll fantasy.
Yeah,
I mean,
and
come on.
and as soon as I hear fantasy, I'm kind of like,
Here come the jesters one by one.
I think I have an answer.
Oh, to the show?
Yeah.
Okay. So I have one more break, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm only kind of here, so you know.
How do you pronounce this? Thor's original. It's not Minor. Lucerine. Lucian. Lucerne. Lucerne.
Lucerne?
Lucerne. Did Thor have a Lucerne? Lucerne
Dude, I don't know.
hammer? Oh, it was stone. Apparently, it wasn't Minor.
Mjolnir.
Yeah, that's the one.
Okay. I would have thought that would be the one thing that you pronounce perfectly, but
Maybe I am pronouncing. Maybe y'all Americans are getting it wrong with
could be.
Milnor.
Could be.
Minor. I always called it Minor.
I call it Mau Mau.
I call it Hammer. Hammer time. Oh,
Well, Hella broke it into pieces, but you know.
Yeah, but Hella is not gonna lie. Hella's hot. Hella is hot. She's hella
When her
hot.
hair was down, when she did
No,
the,
no, man. She
No,
went the big horny things on her. And I was kind of like, oh yeah. She's like,
the hair
oh.
down was much better.
Answer Charlie James' phone, and I will explain.
No. Charlie James ain't here.
Yeah. Okay.
Then why would you go to Charlie James's house and answer his phone? I don't think he'd appreciate that.
Well, you know, he might.
Go knock at the door. Hey Charlie, I
Hey,
know,
Charlie, can I
know
answer
you
your
didn't
phone,
know
man?
that I knew where you live, but I need to answer your phone right now.
I kind of want to know though.
If you can't explain it in the written word.
Don't break my heart, my achy breaky heart. I just don't think it understand. Open your eyes and look up to the skies and see. I'm just a poor boy. I need no sympathy because I'm easy come and easy go. A little high, a little low.
We already did that song. I mean,
I like it.
Yeah, but I mean, the Upstate Pulse already did that song, so it's passe.
Fine.
Once we do it, I mean, no one else can do it again.
So passe. Hey. Not going to sing the rest of that.
I have no idea what you're doing, man. I don't know. I think you're making it up. I don't even know what's going on. I don't think you know what's going on.
I never know what's going on.
What's going on? Matthew knows what's going on. He's
I
just going to
always
tell
know
us
what's going on.
What's going
I'll
on?
tell it like it is.
Going on.
It is going on.
Ooh.
Zool. It's like, ooh, I'm Lonzo. I can talk over anything I want.
No, here's the thing, Odie. This is a radio thing.
Mm.
This is a teachable moment.
Okay.
If you do it every time, then it's no longer unique.
That wasn't every time because you done it the last time and I done it this time.
No, you did it too. That's two in a row. So now it's no longer unique.
I
It can't be done anymore.
I was following your lead.
No.
I feel left out, so I'm gonna chime in the next time
Okay.
we come back from a break.
Well, that would be three in a row, and it's definitely no longer unique and
Well,
no
it's
longer
new-
allowed.
It's
Then
new-
it will be
new-
unique
new
because
yeek.
it'll be the only time that I've done it.
Okay, that's a good point. All right, Matthew was not here last week either, but or the week before. It was the week before that you want to talk about, I think.
It was.
Yeah.
Last week I was doing some work stuff, but the week before I wasn't here because I was up in Charlotte for the Pokemon regionals that were going on that weekend up there. So that was a super fun and interesting time because I've never been to a Pokemon regional before.
All right, so this is a card game.
It's the card game. It
Okay.
is the video game,
Oh.
and it's also the mobile Pokemon Go thing. But
Oh.
I don't know anything about that much.
You never played Pokemon Go?
I played it, but there's a modern thing with it's like evolved completely or something. I don't know much about
Good. Do you know how many people were injured playing the first one?
it.
Like, serious people don't play in traffic.
Yeah, no, that was
Well,
really
you should.
stupid.
Well, maybe some people should.
Yeah, maybe some people should. Yeah,
just,
we don't condone that.
yeah,
We're
no,
not
it's just
condoning that here on the
it's-
Upstate Pulse
yeah.
for anybody to play in traffic. But go on ahead, Matthew. Tell us more about the Pokemons.
Yeah, so I went up on Saturday. It's a 2-day tournament. So the first day it's Swiss rounds.
Wait. What's a Swiss round?
It's
So a
like
Swiss
it's
round is
covered
where-
in chocolate and it's got cream down the center of it.
Yeah, like that. No, it's a bracket type where you play every single round. Everyone plays, but you're matched up based on how many wins and losses you have. And then at the end of that Swiss round bracket, whoever had the top number of people make it to day 2 to play another several rounds of Swiss, and then those final top 8 players go into a final single elimination bracket.
Oh, cool.
Mm-hmm. So I went up on day 1 and got to watch that. I also participated in a side event that I got second in. So that was really fun since I didn't participate in the main thing. That was like $70 to do that. And I didn't have enough time to put a whole team together because that can take a long time.
What would you have won if you won the thing that you participated in?
If I won, not much. It was just a little side thing that had some ticket prizes. They had like a little booth set up. To get some different things, kind of like a ticket prize kind of thing.
Oh, I know what you mean.
Yeah,
like if you're going down to Dave and Buster's or someplace like that.
Yeah, kind of like
okay.
that ish.
How do you play the card game?
Is it
kinda like
not
Top
super
Trumps?
familiar with the card game. That's not my area of expertise. One of my friends that I went down with, two friends that I went down with, both of them play the card game and they enjoy it. One of them was actually up in Knoxville this weekend to compete in the card game. He didn't get to compete in the card game in Charlotte because they filled up over 2,000 players in 10 minutes. 10 minutes from opening up, both Knoxville and Charlotte filled up, and he was only able to get into Knoxville. But that was crazy. This was the largest Pokemon tournament that has ever happened for a regional event. There were over 900 people in the main video game bracket, over 2,000 people, I think about 2,200 in the card game. And I don't know about Pokemon Go, but this was massive. So it was super cool getting to
And what's the
see
atmosphere
that.
like up there? Is it kind of like, is it a Rockstar festival kind of thing for Pokemon?
A little bit ish, not really though.
Where was it at?
It was at the Charlotte Convention Center.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Big,
I've been there before.
Big venue?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
very big venue. Not like it was probably about a similar size to SC Comic-Con as far as the space, but a lot of that space was taken up by tables and things for people to actually play the games for bracket and all that.
And could you buy some stuff there as well?
There was a few vendors. There wasn't as much as I had hoped there would be, because that was one of the things I was really wanting to see. I was under the impression that every regional event, the Pokemon company actually came out with a pop-up Pokemon Center, which is what they call their stores, and but that was not actually the case at this regional. So I think it's just international and worlds tournaments that they do that for, unfortunately. But there was a few vendors there. I got a couple cute little things, a little Gastrodon plush, but I got to watch the event live a little bit, which was really awesome to get to do for once. And I also got to meet a couple of the players that I have been following and really enjoy. Wolf Glick was the main one. He's a content creator and competitor that I really enjoy. So, yeah.
All right. So question about the actual tournament itself, how competitive? I get it because that many people want to do it, but as far as the game when it's going on, is there a lot of talking back and forth between the competitors?
No, not at all.
So it's basically quiet.
I mean, like the
chess?
venue space is still very loud because it's so big and there's so many people.
But I mean, the competitions themselves.
Themselves, no, because most of the times the players are sitting there thinking strategically and like analyzing everything. Because
like chess,
competitive Pokemon is really. I love the analogy that I've always heard of. It's chess, but with an element of luck to it. Because it really is. It's all about strategy and guessing and analyzing what options your opponent has so that you can make the best option to counter whatever they're trying to do. But there's still elements of luck, crits and misses and things like that.
And what systems are they playing on? So they're
Nintendo Switch.
Okay. And do they have to link together or is it Wi-Fi?
So they have a setup thing to actually connect with, but generally what you'll actually do in the game is you'll go into a an online portal kind of thing,
okay,
and you'll set like a passcode to link between, and you can do that wirelessly or over the internet.
So who's judging it? If you're doing it on your Switch, so your Switch is a handheld device.
So there are several judges that are walking about through the.
All right. So if me and you were playing, we'd play the game. We'd be playing.
We'd be sitting at the table. There'd be other players right next to us down the massive length of tables, and there'd be a few rows of tables.
And if you win, then you kind of put your hand up, or
we put our hand up. There'd be a sheet of paper that has all the details
you
on
write
it.
Down.
We set the write down the score count and the games and all that, and we'd sign it and we'd hand it off to the judges, and they take all that. That'll be compiled so that they can put all the data into the system for the next round.
Now,
in the
is
Swiss
there?
bracket.
Because I do know that there's different types of Pokemon. Like I'm not big into Pokemon, and I never claim. I used to watch the show, the girl out with Team Rocket. For a cartoon, she was cute. But is there's different powers of Pokemon, right? So it just say if I'm like Pikachu is pretty powerful, but there's a bigger one like Godzilla Pokemon, and he's huge and he could just wipe out anybody. If I was playing and I wasn't as ranked up as you are, is that not an unfair advantage, or do you go in ranking systems like people that are very good?
So there actually is divisions in Pokemon.
Divisions. That's what I was thinking about.
The division is based on your age. So there is the Masters division, which is anybody like 18 and up. There's there's 3 divisions. There's Masters something and Juniors division. I don't know what there's a middle one that is like teenagers basically, and then a Juniors division for like 12 and under.
If a kid of like 10 was amazing at it, like really good, could they play a master?
Well, I mean, they could probably play them, but not in bracket. The divisions are specifically based on ages. That's it. That's the only dividing thing. It's not a skill level thing. It's just an age thing.
I gotcha.
And I mean, like generally, older, more experienced players are going to be better than younger, less experienced players,
unless they're a prodigy,
and which has been the case in the past. But especially before there were age divisions.
Yeah, this is one of those games that kids start when they're like 5.
Yeah.
So I mean, start getting their collections together.
There was tables full of kids that were like 10 years old actually playing the games, and I guarantee you, half of them were probably most of them were probably better than me.
They were definitely better.
Do you want to do the cookies on the stream, or you want to do it?
I think we'll do them on the stream.
Okay. All right. So stay tuned if you're watching on the stream on YouTube, X, Facebook, or YouTube. I already said YouTube. Anyway,
just before we take the texter 890, that's funny, man, but I cannot read it out. But keep them coming because I'm laughing at them.
You're listening to the Upstate Pulse right here on News Talk 98.9 WORD, the voice of the Carolinas.
Snorlax is actually like unironically a perfectly fine Pokemon. It's not super amazing right now just because of the power level that we're at with what's allowed in, but in regional dex formats, especially, it's perfectly solid.
Magikarp would be my spirit animal.
That would not do anything.
I know.
All right. So I'm going to steal this for a second. The cookies, I have 2 different. I know they can't see me, but they can hear me.
He's there.
The cookies, there's 2 on this left side right here that I'm showing you, Lonzo. This is just regular chocolate chip. This is also chocolate chip, but with a cinnamon sugar dusting. So get one of each.
Got one of each.
Which one am I grabbing?
This and that.
Okay.
The cookies. You're grabbing the cookies.
I've got cookies.
I can smell the cinnamon from here.
Cheese for cookie.
And my nose is only working on one side. So, I mean.
Cheese for cookie. Good enough for me.
So I made these yesterday from scratch. Go ahead and try one.
All right. Digging the cinnamon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Probably should have tried the plain one first, though.
I tried.
Now, I will say one of the biggest things.
Tried one of them. It's good.
With them, for the next time that I do them, this is the first time that I've done them from scratch, and especially that I've done ones this massive. So when they were in the oven, I didn't think they looked like they were cooking properly. And so I ended up doing them a lot longer than they should have. So they're a bit overcooked. That's one thing. that I need to fix next time I do them. But outside of that and the fact that they're very crunchy, what y'all think?
Good.
Yeah.
How were they fresh out of the oven?
A bit better. Definitely. They were still soft at that point, fresh out of the oven.
I mean, cookies, when they just come out hot,
they're always better. Yeah.
I will eat them even before they settle and start to harden, just because I don't care if I burn stuff, because whatever.
It's worth it for the treat. I got the approval from Charlie from them yesterday, though.
Oh, there you go.
Mm-hmm. Outside of the needing to not cook them as long, of course, but yeah, I'm pretty happy with how they came out. I used milk chocolate morsels for it, but I feel like, especially for this size, they're way too small, and I also didn't use enough. So instead, next time, I'm going to chop up my own milk chocolate bars to actually put into here. It'll be a little bit larger and diverse and all that, and I think we'll be a little bit better in that regard. So
yeah, you can't go wrong with more chocolate.
Oh yeah. So those are my two main things that I'm looking at for the next time I make them.
Dune Bro says dark chocolate's the way to go.
I'm not a big dark chocolate fan.
What?
Not dark chocolate.
I like dark chocolate.
No.
It's bitter.
Don't look at me like, no, you don't like dark chocolate. I do like dark chocolate.
Oh.
I said I like dark chocolate. You don't know me.
You don't know me, man. It's okay.
Listen, it's a sidekick. All right, if you were watching the stream, you got to see us try Matthew's first attempt at making cookies from scratch. Did a really good job.
Thank you.
They were some of the best cookies that I've ever had.
But
It was
here's
a
the
taste
thing.
explosion within my
No.
palate.
You can do better.
Oh, I absolutely can.
And so we need to keep trying. We need to keep sampling to make sure that you've done better.
Oh, of course. I am pretty happy with the flavor for the most part. I don't think I would change much about the flavor outside of more chocolate in there. But it really is the texture from the fact that I overcooked them is the main drawback, I think. So I think that's my primary thing that I'm going to focus on the next time, and then I'll go from there.
Yeah, Duna Bros is right. Remember, I say his name wrong on purpose because it's Duna Bros.
Full science.
For science, yes. Oh, no.
When Matthew decides to grace us with his presence, first of all, but then brings us in delectable, delicious delights, it's amazing. And I'll tell you one thing, Lonzo, sitting over there with your flowing locks and beautiful prowess.
Yeah, it just came to me.
Matthew, them cookies were worthy of the Kerrygold music. And I hope you used Kerrygold to bake Kerrygold.
I couldn't keep it up. I lost it. I'm sorry.
It's worth a shot, you know.
We tried.
So if you were not here at the beginning of the show, I have changed what the bracket is going to be this year. We've done this every year the show's been on, I believe. This will be our 8th or 9th bracket. I have no idea. Nearly a decade of them. That's what I'm going to go with. And I've decided to go with sidekicks for comic books or animated, not anything live action. And Trey says, so Meowth would be a sidekick for Team Rocket.
Oh, yeah.
He would be.
Yeah, probably.
He would be. And would go really far. Probably not. This just depends on who he's up against and who's voting. Here's the thing. When we do this, I want you guys to keep in mind that you will be involved. You, the listener, you, the people. Oh, no. Even if you're on the stream, you're still going to have to use the text line because that's how we do the contest. And it will at least start with play-ins next week. So I'm going to work on this all week. So keep sending things to the stream right now or to the Upstate Pulse Facebook page throughout the week. I'll be monitoring that and picking up anything I can, as well as I'm going to go around the building. Haven't had a chance to talk to Rob Young because I was sick. But I'm going to go over to Borderlands and ask around there and see what they think as far as the best sidekicks are. And I'm sure they will come up with some obscure sidekicks that I have no idea about. That will be cool. That we'll be able to add to the list.
Now, can I put in some mythical Irish sidekicks?
No, because they're not comic book characters or animated.
Well, they were probably written down.
Let's be honest. If they're in a mythology, they've been in a comic book.
Yeah.
More than likely.
Like Cuchulainn and Finn McCool, they were all in comic books at some point or another.
If you want to send them to me?
Yeah. I mean, there was the Mystic Knights of Tír na Nog. They were pretty cool.
Anything with knights in it is usually, well, for the most part, that is pretty cool. Yes, exactly.
Oh, we probably have to put Morty from Rick and Morty in there.
Would you see? I don't know if your name's in the title. Well, if we allow Pinky in there, though.
No, if you put
Pinky and the Brain,
then it has to be in there.
When Pinky's name was first. So
with that being said, Pinky is not the sidekick. The Brain is.
Well,
it's true.
If you look at the way the names are.
Noel, is he here?
Who's Bono's sidekick?
The Edge.
Yeah, but he's real life. He's not animated, so he's not a comic.
No, he has been animated. If you look at the music video to "Hold Me, Thrill Me, Kiss Me, Kill Me," which was made famous in the Batman films,
you can try to change the parameters, but I'm firm.
Well, I can tell you one thing: when it comes to this, I can live with or without you.
Okay,
and sometimes the streets have no names.
That is good to know.
Yeah. I want to run and I want to hide.
If anyone's been to the doctor lately. And I know we only got a couple minutes. We got a bunch of stuff to get to in the next hour. If anyone's been to the doctor lately, I was at the doctor for 3 hours yesterday.
Which doctor?
Might as well been.
Okay.
No, although the stuff that has been given to me to treat my plagues are actually working. So
okay. Oh.
So I have some infections going on. I got bit by something on. You think of.
Sorry about
What's
that.
the strongest part of your body? And the strongest part of my body is my right leg, especially my right calf, and it's been stricken.
Didn't mean to bite you. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and we don't know what bit it. And I asked the doctor, what's the worst case scenario? And she said, necrotizing fasciitis, I believe is how you say it. Which I know what it is. It's I get what that is. She's like, do you really want to know? I was like, yeah, I like to work my way backwards. And she told me that. It's like, oh, okay, I know what that is.
There is an illustrated storybook, kind of technically a comic, of Ferris Bueller's Day Off. And therefore Cameron can be a sidekick.
We're stretching it now. We'll see. You never know. All right. You're listening to the Upstate Pulse right here on News Talk 98.9 WORD. Another big hour coming up next.
I'm so glad I found that right before the break.
Yeah, it works.
Well, Cameron's a sidekick, so is
when Cameron
so is a girl. Why am I forgetting her
Jesus.
name all of a sudden?
Let my Cameron.
I know the actress was Mia Sarah.
Yeah,
It was awesome.
Sloane.
Yeah. Peterson.
Sloane Peterson. Fry. Do you know, a friend of mine went to a Starbucks in Seattle at, I don't know when it was, and he ordered a coffee with the name Bueller. And the person called out, when your coffee's ready in Starbucks, they call it Bueller. And then they called it out again, and nobody answered, and then they called it out again. And I just think that makes me so happy in the world.
Bueller.
I gotta agree. That's pretty good.
Bueller.
Anyone? Do you know that guy was actually a teacher, and that's one of the lectures he used to teach?
Yeah, and then
Anyone?
He had a decent acting career and a bunch of other stuff.
Something economics. VOO something economic. Voodoo economics. Fry. Sorry, I've just lost the plot. I'm editing here, and I'm just kind of like, when you're just doing something, you just
Look, it's Odie's favorite wrestler. Not them.
well, I mean,
There he is.
oh yeah, it's the right. Who's that guy?
It's Eddie Kingston.
Oh yeah, I was thinking that.
He has a big old beer belly, can't talk, and everyone seems to love him, even though I believe he's lame.
He's lame.
He's like so lame.
Oh, lame.
He's got yeller boots.
So
You got yeller boots. You got to be like Hulk Hogan lame.
Jason Derulo.
Why?
I heard the name Jason, and I was like,
So Jason Voorhees. Look, he's going up against the good, the bad, and the ugly.
anyone?
I always
Anyway.
wanted a poncho like that, though. Those ponchos are cool.
They are, and they are so warm.
You got one
Yeah,
like
they're
that?
so, well, I had. Don't have it anymore.
I don't know why I just have this image in my mind of Jason Voorhees. I'm Jason Voorhees, and you're watching the Disney Channel. He pulls out a machete to draw the Mickey Mouse ears.
What do you think about Dunbrosy? Dunbrosy? Is it Dunbrosy?
I don't know.
Dunbrose?
No, it probably was a comic book later.
Yeah, but would you class Bob as a sidekick?
I've only seen bits and pieces of it.
Oh, okay.
So
No, yeah. From what
I know who it is. So, but look, there you go. There you go. It's your kind of wrestling. Look.
he's
Thank
wearing
you,
combat.
Cameron. Great
He's-
minds think alike.
He's chunky. Does that mean I could be a wrestler?
Dude, you're in better shape than him.
Not at all.
Look at that. Look at that this stuff jiggle. It's just there are fat guys in wrestling, but it's solid. That is just like, and he'll take his shirt off too, which it's like
I need to get into wrestling.
there are local wrestling companies.
Are the
around
ones
here.
that don't get hurt like this? I know they get hurt. I don't want to get hurt.
Well, you don't wrestle.
Okay. I won't wrestle.
You just smacked him. He's mad now. Oh, just jiggles. Don't jump like that, dude. Do not do that.
He's not even that fat. What are you talking about?
Oh, wait till the shirt comes off. That stuff's being held in. It might as well be a girdle right now.
That's just dad bod. He's fine.
Oh no. There's dad bod.
We're watching
If
this.
he's doing wrestling, he's in shape.
He's in better shape than what I'm saying, but still. I bet he is, Mark. I'm sure he's a big dude. You know what? I'm a big dude too. So
We're all big dudes, apart from old Matthew over there.
yeah, Matthew's
Matthew's
not a big dude. He's not.
I make these cookies too many times.
Huh.
I've got a gut that I've got to get rid of, though.
Get out.
We've been meaning to talk to you about that.
I know.
I don't even care.
It was only a
It's gonna
second.
be egregious before.
It was only a second.
Yeah,
A second.
it wasn't even a second. It was a half a
It
second.
wasn't even.
Yeah.
It was just like.
It may seem like an eternity, but it,
Yeah,
you know.
I was thinking about something that came up on the stream there, and I was like,
He's so bad. It's horrible.
in the starting of the week.
He's living his dream.
But he won.
He ain't won yet.
Yeah, he did.
Oh,
Did not
he
get the count to three, no?
No, that was you got to break the hold if they're on the ropes. You got a 5 count,
Oh, okay.
or you can be disqualified. It never happens, but you can be disqualified.
Disqualification breakdown.
That's one way to look at it, Kevin. This is my creation. This is what I have done to myself.
A lot of money has gone into the way my body looks
Yes,
today.
well,
A lot of fun has gone into the way my
there
body
you
looks.
go. I mean, if you look at it that way,
The voice of the
Yeah, get
Carolina.
those nerds.
He got his one in.
He got it in.
He
I was
he
chewing
his-
on the last one, so I had to
Yeah.
do it this time.
Yeah, he got his one in. Welcome into hour number 2 of the Upstate Pulse. Lonzo here along with Odie
No.
and
sorry.
Matthew. Cameron is not here because he is feeling the illness that I guess
Is
maybe
he-
I passed around.
He's down
Down.
with the sickness.
Yes, he is down with the sickness.
No.
Hey, that's your,
Just queuing my body up to say
it's your-
that.
well,
I
you gotta
stole it.
use
It's mine now.
you gotta use your whole body to speak.
Yes, I do have
Okay.
to use my whole body
All
to
right.
speak.
All
It's a
right.
different language. It's the wrong language.
Okay. All right. Yeah, it is your second language,
It is.
I guess. So
I have to think before I talk.
English is my
yeah, it
second
has
language.
nothing to do with that. It has nothing to do with that. It's
It's
like
My
because I
first
might
language
say
is
it's like bleep, 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 bleep. Okay, I can't say bleep. I can't say bleep. I can't say bleep. What can I say? And then didn't you like squish all the words together?
Yeah,
That's
but
the
I
sentence that you
also
use.
need to I need to think about what I'm going to say before I actually say it, and it's not just for FCC reasons.
Well, it's you've got to be quick around here or in radio. Period. With these kind of shows.
yeah, and normally if I'm
because
being
if you
quick,
miss- If you miss your
Try.
window, someone else is going to get it, or it just goes
and they'll
past. And you
clean it,
can't.
and then it won't be your window anymore.
Exactly.
And when I'm cleaning windows,
And then you man, that was a Wii thing.
that was a George Formby thing.
It was on Wii. You get to washing windows. When I'm washing windows,
It was
Playing
when I'm
WarioWare
cleaning
micro
windows.
games.
it's washing windows. I'm telling you.
You can see what I can see when I'm cleaning windows.
It's washing windows.
Washing windows.
I'm telling you, it's washing. I could be wrong. I'm old and hit my head. quite a
No,
few
the
times.
George, the guy with the banjolele.
I-
Dink, dink, dink,
It's a
dink, dink,
song
dink, dink.
that was played on Nintendo Wii when you're washing windows. With the
Oh, okay. See, we're in two different time zones here, man.
was it a PlayStation? Cameron said it was a PlayStation game. My fault. It wasn't Wii. It was PlayStation. But anyway, there was a game where you had to get all the, and then you'd move on to the next
Oh,
thing.
yeah.
Yeah. And you can't see it on the radio, but you could if you were looking on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, or the X, because we're live on all those things at either 98.9 WRD or the Upstate Pulse. All right. This hour, we've got quite a few things to get to, including I apologize for how my voice sounds. It usually is horrible anyway, but it's worse now because the right side of my face isn't working. Not like, stroke thing, but went to the doctor and my sinuses and my ear and everything are all closed down on the right side.
Do you have pleurisy by any chance?
No.
Okay.
Thank
No,
you
but,
for asking.
No, but just pleurisy is one of those things where half of your body is just
No.
kind of like.
I think you could tell. Yeah, like
But you get it
like
from
Jim Ross. Yeah.
No, but is pleurisy not that thing? Am I thinking of? It's when you
palsy.
Palsy. That's the one.
Yeah. Pleurisy is like when you're two people, which I could be that sometimes.
But no, is that
No,
not?
That's not what that is.
That's not what that is.
I don't think
I
it
think
is.
it's just a made up word.
Yeah, so do I. But I told you exactly what
If
the meaning
only
would be
there
if it
was
were a real word.
Somewhere I could go.
No, that's just being plural.
Yeah, right.
That's if you've got two people.
Yeah, pleurisy would be the
Would it not be?
sickness of being two people. Yes.
Is it not pleurisy?
Ooh,
'Cause
no,
you could have had it at one stage.
I don't know. Maybe we've all
Oh no,
had it.
pleurisy is to do with your lungs.
So
I
it's-
should have actually.
It's
known
actually
that.
well, the rest of me on this side's messed up, so it might as well be. I also, I don't know if you guys have ever had this before, but I'm not going to talk about the one thing.
Yeah.
But I am going to talk about the fact
Oh, no,
that
don't talk
no,
about that.
no, I'm not, because I've been plagued with quite a few things, which is
Mhm.
very much a struggle. But went to bed, woke up the next morning, and there was a hole in my leg. So, and it looked like I got bit.
Oh yeah.
And now it's like on my right calf, and it's probably the size of a little bit bigger than a silver dollar. And they had to do a culture. So if you've ever had a culture before, what they do is they take this cotton swab, but it's a really hard stick cotton swab because they don't want to break it off, and they have to put it in the wound, and they have to get in there and dig around so they can put it in a auger or whatever
Yeah.
the stuff is to see what kind of bacteria it is. So I had that happen yesterday, and that hurts.
Yeah,
So
it
that's what-
certainly
I
does.
want to say that's not a good thing. And I was told if it turns black, immediately go to the emergency room. So there's that, because certain kind of spider bites can not turn you into Spider-Man, but make stuff die.
Yeah.
So, like wolf spider bites and stuff like that.
Ooh,
So
wolf spider. Will wolf spider bites turn you into a wolf spider?
I do feel more hairy today than I did yesterday.
Well, I mean, no, in all fairness, you are very hairy.
I am, but I can tell when there's more.
Thanks for sharing.
Just like
I'm so glad that we could have this conversation.
So far tonight,
it's like you can tell when there's less. I can tell when there's more.
Far tonight, we've had Matthew half naked, Cameron fully naked, you're extremely hairy, and I can't speak English. This is a great.
Welcome to the Upstate Pulse.
This is a great night for.
Tuna Bro says that would be a werewolf spider. Yes, it would.
Oh, dude.
I mean, as long as I'm an American werewolf in London, I'd have to go to London.
You'd have to go to London.
I would.
And why would you go on to go to London, mate? It's full of London people, isn't it?
I'm sorry for calling you a walking meatloaf, Jack. David Naughton's still one of my favorite interviews of all time.
A lot of people won't get that one. Yeah, thanks to Vic for telling me what pleurisy was, by the way.
Yeah. Well, it's good to know you didn't just make it up.
No.
I mean, it was actually a thing. I don't have that.
You think my 4 years of being a paramedic, I'd know what pleurisy was.
So anyway, I just don't know why you're here. I don't know if my leg's going to fall off. I hope it doesn't. Because it's of course Irish Mafia. It's my driving leg.
That's your power leg.
Yeah, so
that's the one you put the power down.
So the gas and the brake. So yeah.
Do you ever push both of them at the same time? It's not good. I don't recommend it.
I don't think you can do that in my car, unless you have like really
skinny
sidewood.
feet.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
So
brown recluse spiders definitely give you the superpower of being an introvert. That's true.
Wow. Yeah, but how would you be able to tell with me? I don't know.
I don't know.
If I just suddenly go, I can't talk on the radio anymore.
What did Viper Dave say?
That's exactly what I was going to say.
I'm not bipolar, but my other personality is. I've got a little because I know Valentine's is coming up. I thought you
said I've got a little lamb. Yeah, it's like what?
Listen, last week people said that I said a lot of things because I was speaking at my normal cadence of a little bit faster, and apparently when I say ask Odie quickly, it sounds like something else. And all of the stream,
like Sody Pop?
No, not even like Sody Pop. But I have a little poem for Viper Dave. It goes something like, roses are red, violets are blue. I'm schizophrenic, and so am I.
It's wonderfully done. It was amazing. I was so glad. I don't know about Matthew, but I'm glad I was here for that.
No?
Yeah, I don't think he was.
No.
But, I was.
No, it wasn't. It was Viper Dave, the first word, but then it was a spherical word after it.
All right, we're going to thank you, Dave. We're going to do Ask Odie in the next segment, not this segment, because
he didn't ask. He was saying it.
No, but it reminded me that we're going to do it in the
next segment. We're going to do it in the next section.
We had a major actor pass away yesterday, and and it was a little shocking. But when you think about how old Carl Weathers was, 76, and maybe you don't think of him being that old, but I mean he's pretty old.
He was Apollo. He was Chubbs.
He was Chubbs. He was Grief Cargo and Mandalorian.
I have to admit, I feel a little bad when I looked at the outline and I saw his name. I first read it as Carl Weezer from Jimmy Neutron.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, see, I just went straight to the band.
You probably got excited about that. Yeah. I love Jimmy Neutron, but his head was so big, but it needed to be because he was so smart. Yeah, Carl Weathers dead, and a lot of tributes to him out there. Also, he played himself on Arrested Development, he's the weirdo. I forget his name. Well, they're all weird. Was paying him for acting lessons, and he was taking his money, and he was just like he was grifting him big time, and it was great.
I love when actors play caricatures of themselves. That's always fun.
Yeah, it was really good. And if you think about it, Rocky, if he didn't have such a great opponent in Apollo, that movie never would have did what it did.
Oh, yeah.
And then him coming back in the second one and him actually, because some people think that, Rocky beat Apollo and he didn't in the first movie.
No, yeah, he got.
It was. Yeah. I think it was a split decision and Apollo won.
Mm-hmm.
And then in the second one, he knocked Apollo out. And then in the third one, Apollo became his trainer. That's where Eye of the Tiger.
Yeah,
they're running on the beach,
and they were sparring with each other.
And
ding.
Yes,
yep.
At the end. Mm-hmm. And Sylvester Stallone put out a video talking about him with that painting behind him. Yeah, which is really real cool. It really is.
Text on 71307. Our texters are like they are up to speed on everything. So I just want to say thank you. I'm not going to read them out because I can't, but just thanks very much for everything that they said.
See, that doesn't help though. I mean, you can just thank them, but then everyone's curious. Okay, what did they say?
Naughty stuff.
Okay, that's what I figured. But
Tara's going to love reading it on Monday. And she's going to ring me up and she's going to say, Odie, what were you saying to them? And why was Lonzo pushing on the naughty? And we're going to be like, well, that's what happens.
Have you seen the texts that come in during Tara's show?
Yes, I have.
Yeah, this is nothing. That's what the texters do. Which is fine. Keep on texting. Text line 71307. You're entertaining Odie, and that's all that matters.
I'm trying to entertain them.
And some of you, if you throw a clean one in here and there, you might actually get it read on the air.
Yeah.
All right. I know that we usually stay away from things that are political, but I'm going to talk a little bit about Joe Rogan's new deal with Spotify, $250 million. And here's what I want to say about it. If you are an aspiring podcaster, this is your goal. This is, whether you like what he says, whether you like what he's about, this is what you can do. There's someone out there going, I want to do a podcast. I want to change the world. You're probably not going to change the world, but you can change your world.
When's it going to happen, Lonzo? I've been doing it for about 2 years now, and I still haven't,
Here's the thing, though. There's a goal. I mean, you can look at the patterns and things. And now he had the advantage because he was an actor and had a lot of connections and things like that. But you're making connections.
I'm making connections.
And if you are a kid out there and you're watching this show and you're thinking, man, could I make money as a podcaster? Yes, you can.
Yes, you can.
$250 million.
Is that all? I don't know if I'd get up in the morning for that.
$250 million on top of what he already has made so far and what he makes through UFC and all that kind of stuff. So I thought that was really cool. Over on the Rob Brown show, starring Rob Brown, and as they say on the liners that LexCorp wrote with Lonzo, because I'm a with and an and, but that's fine. I it's better to be a with and an and than a nobody.
Yeah. I mean, my name isn't even in the Upstate Pulse.
Yeah, neither is mine.
No,
because I did that on purpose.
Yeah, because it's so many of us.
Well, because I didn't want names on it when we first named it. Because I didn't want to do it.
Okay.
Well, don't let the listeners know that it's going to become the Upstate Pulse featuring Matthew Causey.
That was a surprise.
I know.
Man, you weren't supposed to say that.
No.
Yeah, that was a surprise. I wasn't going to go to break yet, but I guess we'll just go ahead and push Ask Odie back because there was something else I wanted to talk about first. All right, you're listening to the Upstate Pulse right here on News Talk 98.9 WRD, the voice of the Carolinas. Actually, I can move that to Nerd Roundtable. No big deal.
You want to come back to Nerd Roundtable?
I can move to Nerd Roundtable.
See, Kevin, the reason they should text is because I'm laughing so hard reading the stuff.
See, here's the problem. And Kevin, you know the line, and thank you for not going over it on this show.
Yes.
There is no line on text.
No.
And I think the people who send them.
No, there is a line.
Well, yeah, it's 71307.
No, but there is a line. Like, they can text pretty much whatever they want, but if they get a little bit too, then we can.
Well, you can be blocked.
You can be blocked.
You can be blocked.
But that's if they get too bad.
Yeah.
You gotta do a lot to do that.
But
you gotta do it all.
You know those people who call and say, I don't want to go on the air, but I just want to tell you this. That's them.
Yeah.
That's them right there. That's what texters are. A lot of texters. They don't want to go on the air, but they want to talk about something to somebody. And knowing someone read it, there you go.
Oh no, Kevin. I can't clean these up at all, man. Seriously, I can't. If you want to listen to the Odin Fitzgerald podcast, I will read anything out because, so you can get in contact with that.
I wouldn't say that.
Oh, no, because it's well, no, it's not because it's been picked up by Odyssey now, so I kind of have to.
I think there's certain things you definitely don't want to say, period.
There's a few words that I can
but some people still do anyway.
Yeah, they do. No, yes, but I have to keep it not relatively clean, but cleanish because it's been picked up by Odyssey, so I have to.
What has been?
All right. Yeah, he's pointing this out several times so you guys will know that it got picked up by Odyssey. And he had nothing to do with it getting picked up by Odyssey.
I had nothing to do with it.
It just got picked up by Odyssey.
Yeah, literally, I had nothing to do with it being picked up by Odyssey.
Oh, like actually?
Yeah.
That's really funny.
I know. I sent a message to a certain person and I said, hey, dude, why is my podcast on Odyssey? And he goes, because it is. All right.
What is your podcast?
It's the Odrin Fitzgerald podcast. ODRAN Fitzgerald podcast.
What do you talk about?
Everything and anything. Loads of different things.
Is that you on the screen right now?
Yep.
And this is completely separate from Nighttime with Odie.
Yes. Lots of fingers, loads of pies.
That didn't sound good.
You got to keep your fingers in all the pies, Lonzo.
Do you?
Are we coming back with Ask Odie?
Yes.
Yeah. I think that was kind of already said, but Again, apologize. It may seem scattered, but it is what we normally do. We're not nearly as scattered as
We're not nearly this put together. Don't worry.
I'm actually kind of sticking way to the thing because Kevin, I like She-Hulk, but again, I like a lot of things that other people don't.
I liked it when she was green.
And I thought Echo was okay. I didn't think it was great, but I thought it was okay.
But I like green chicks though.
You mean
I've asked
new girls?
No,
as in green, new.
No, like green colored. Because I even said it to my wife. I said, "Will you get some green body paint?" And she was like, "There's something wrong with you."
Yeah,
like, yeah. But she knows. She knows.
It's that time when you were abducted by Martians, probably.
Rock and roll loving aliens.
Wait, what?
That's your answer for everything.
I don't know where you got that idea. What the?
Whoa, that's some tricky wording on that question.
What's going on?
Okay, didn't see that one coming.
So, what do you guys want to talk about?
All right, it's that time of the show where we ask Odie. Eventually, we're just going to run out of questions to ask Odie, but apparently we haven't so far. So if you have a question for Odie having to do with the Peninsula of Ireland, or anything European, we'll go ahead and throw in Asian, anything that's not in the continental Americas. So
how am I? Hold on a second.
So nothing from Central America, nothing from America's hat, Canada, or whatever's below. Yeah, that's what Rob Brown called it that, and I just think it's great. It's just I love that. So anything like that. You ask Odie,
about
he's
the
going to know.
Caribbean. It's technically off the continent.
You're right. It technically is.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm going to count that as. All right. My first question is, do they have Groundhog Day in Ireland?
No, because we don't have groundhogs.
Okay. So you really don't have groundhogs?
No, we don't have groundhogs.
Do you have anything equivalent that you try to see its shadow?
We have badgers, but badgers are mean. Like when a badger attacks you, they don't let go until they hear the crunch. So they did not let go until they hear something break.
A badger could have bit my leg.
A badger probably did bite your leg.
Okay, all right.
I brought in some feral badgers and I released them into your house, and that could have been what happened.
Yeah, I wouldn't have noticed with all the other animals, probably. Do you have a question before I ask my next one?
I absolutely have a major question.
Go on.
As we all know, Ireland is very well associated with potatoes.
Potatoes.
And I need to know, as an Irishman yourself, you would be the foremost expert.
I'm the 5 most expert.
Oh, even better. What is the premier best way to cook a potato?
Oh, man, what a great question. He would know, too.
You see, this is a hot topic.
The hot potato.
This is a hot potato.
No such thing.
Well, it is if you cook it. It'll be hot. Because, stuff in the oven gets hot. You take it out.
Wait, you're supposed to turn those on?
Yeah. I would say
Wait, you can't cold cook a potato?
Well, you can eat a potato cold.
It's like cold potato soup.
Yeah. It's like one of
See, I've just been eating raw potatoes this entire time. That's why I need to ask this question.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
I would say the best way for you to eat a potato is mashed.
Is that the preferred method for Irish folk?
Yeah.
Mashed.
No,
is it?
Yeah,
really?
It kind of is.
Why?
Well, no, it'd be either mashed potatoes or roasted potatoes, and you don't go near them with goose fat or duck fat or any of that stuff. I would say mashed potatoes, but you got to use butter. Of course, Kerrygold Irish butter, but I can't get my thing. You would, and
it happens when you get older.
You'd put some, You'd put some milk into it as well. And
what kind of milk is so in Ireland?
Mm.
Do they have percentages of milk, or is it just like straight milk out of the cow?
We do now, because in Ireland, see, here's the thing about Ireland. Ireland is its own identity, right? Ireland is it's on the furthest most westerly coast of Europe. It is its own.
Isn't it a part of the United Kingdom though?
It is its own thing, and Ireland, we're just a little bit different, right? But we love America and we love all things American. So we've adopted a lot of American cultures, including, as I was talking to Lonzo about it earlier on, the Irish Wolfhounds. Everybody knows them as a dog, but the Irish Wolfhounds are actually a world-class American football team, and they're doing pretty good.
When he says football, he actually means American
proper
football.
American football,
Yeah.
and they're really good. They're all big guys, and apparently they have some of the best punts of the entire American football genre thing. Like even in America.
Genre thing. That's what Matthew calls it too. A genre thing.
Genre thing.
Got
Like,
the genre thing.
Yeah.
apparently, and so I'm told that there's a lot of American colleges are importing Irish students that used to play Irish Gaelic games to be the kicker, because
That's cool.
they're amazing kickers.
Yeah, European kickers are pretty popular, especially rugby kickers.
Yeah, rugby kickers.
Rugby style kickers. Yeah.
Because rugby is just amazing, as we proved to the French yesterday when Ireland beat the French 38-17.
It wasn't time for that, but I mean, you're already there now.
I'm just going to say it anyway, because I'm going to say it again.
Fine.
I had a good friend in college that played rugby on our team.
Yeah, I played rugby as well.
Oh, cool.
I got loads of head injuries, but it didn't do me any problems, any issues at all. But did I mention the fact that I used to play rugby as well, and I got loads of head injuries, and it didn't do me any problems at all, but it was great. I meant to say as well that
Are those hot potatoes?
those are, no. But anyway, getting back to the
They
potatoes.
look like potatoes on fire.
We mash the potatoes, we put in butter, a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper. We put in cabbage, which turns it into something called call cannon.
Mhm.
Right.
Wait. What was the word?
Call cannon.
Spell it.
CALLCONNON.
Okay.
Call cannon. That's as it. Yeah.
Okay. Well,
It's a Dublin dish. It's from Dublin, where Conor McGregor is, who I hope gets the living snot kicked out of him in that new
I'm
film.
telling you, he won't.
He better. We were watching the trailer for the new Roadhouse film. We weren't going to talk about that later on. But anyway, yeah, Conor McGregor's in it. And as I was watching it, I said to Lonzo, "Oh, look, that guy's in it." I hope he gets the living
All right, we got
snot
some.
kicked
We
out of him.
have some more questions.
Go on.
All right. Viper Dave wants to know, if Ireland is so known for the potato, why do y'all drink whiskey and not potato vodka?
We do, but we call it poaching, and it's illegal. It's 100%
It's like
illegal.
moonshine.
It's
but
even more illegal than moonshine. Yeah,
Is there a reason why?
because it will kill you.
Oh, okay. That's a pretty good reason to make something
So why would
illegal.
you drink it if it'll kill you?
Because it tastes so good.
Okay.
Not that
all
I've
right.
ever tasted it.
Well, how would you? So it's just a word of mouth. Someone
Yeah.
told you.
No, word of mouth.
As they were dying, they said it tastes so good.
And I had to try some but I didn't taste it.
But
I
you
just-
saved them because you were a paramedic.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Yeah.
there was that. Trey wants to know: are sweet potatoes popular in Ireland?
They are with the basic girls. You know, the ones that like the skinny lattes. They love sweet potatoes. I don't like sweet potatoes.
I think sweet potatoes are the best potato. But anyway, you can eyeball me. I don't care.
I will eyeball
That's my opinion. Okay.
Yeah.
So there. All right. So Odie sent me something earlier, so I saved it for this segment. But he spelled it. I think it wasn't exactly what he sent. Intentional Meat Week.
Intentional.
That's because that's what the text said, and I'm like, okay, what is that?
So that's why your reply was a little bit kind of. I was looking at it. I was like, so I just said to Lonzo, it's International Meat Week, and Lonzo came back, as if there was something wrong with me, and I thought it was the fact that it was International Meat Week.
No, it said Intentional Meat Week, and I didn't know what that was.
Well,
I don't know
mean-
what International Meat Week is either, but Intentional Meat Week sounds like something totally different.
Well, International Meat Week is where you go out, you find yourself a few vegans, you bring them into the house, and you give them some meat, and you tell them this is where you're going wrong with your life. You need to eat some steaks. What was the other one? Intentional Meat Week.
Intentional Meat Week.
It's
yes.
when you go to the butcher's and you say, I'm going to get something for dinner, and you intentionally get some meat. That's what Intentional Meat Week is.
Okay. So there actually is an International Meat Week. I was unaware.
Yeah.
Technically, we're still in it because the week's not over, right?
Week ain't over yet.
Yeah, I mean, so the weekend's tonight at midnight.
So get your meat on.
I get, yeah,
Oh,
because
boy.
if the week starts on Sunday, in Ireland, does the week start on Sunday or does it start on Monday?
The week starts on Wednesday.
Oh, okay,
Oh yeah,
that makes a lot of sense.
just to get you. You know what I mean? What's wrong with the week starting on Wednesday? The week has to start on Wednesday. I know, Kevin, we were doing it long before the Russians were.
The week has to start somewhere, I suppose.
The Russians copied us.
All right, we are going to take a break. When we come back, we are going to hit the Nerd Roundtable. We have a ton of things to bring up during that. You listen to the Upstate Pulse right here on News Talk 98.9 WRD. I can do this. The voice of the Carolinas. That's not me coughing, by the way.
Join the Nerd Herd on the Flaccid text line.
Music's a little hot.
71307.
Music's a little hot.
It's
It's down.
the Upstate Pulse on News Talk 98.9 WORD, the voice of the Carolinas.
Now, the Carolinas' most trusted forecast from the News Talk 98.9 WORD Weather Center. Lows of aloft around 34. Tonight,
worshiping
under
the
partly
flag or
cloudy
something.
skies,
Never seen
northeast
this thing
winds
before.
5 to 10 miles
Came out.
per hour.
It's like
Highs level off around
potatoes on
52.
fire.
Tomorrow,
Worshiping
cloudy
fire.
skies with a few
And he's freaking Brian Danielson out. That's hard to do.
Sorry, I had the ads
He's
on
a
for a
vegan.
second. It's not a move. It's a kind of a thing.
Apparently it is, Cameron. Yeah, no, I got it on. I'm looking at it. It looks like it's a good match. But that guy I'd never seen before when he came out. His entrance is on fire. Obviously, Danielson's going to win, but
I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $5,000,
so Raw is coming to the well in a month or so.
Are we going?
I can't. I mean, you could go. You could. That's why I'm telling you that if you wanted to try to get tickets, you could probably get tickets. I can't do it and work the next day. I'm just.
What night is it on?
It's on Monday.
Monday.
Yeah.
No.
And so it will end at 11, and sometimes they'll do a dark match after that, which is a match that's not televised. And so it may not get done until midnight.
Yeah, I get up at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
Yeah.
Me too. So Friday Night SmackDown, I can go to that because
That's coming up as well, though, isn't it?
Saturday. It'll be back in a couple months. Too.
Okay. Because I like to offer strangers a piece of my meat. Kevin, I know that sweet potatoes are a root, but so are potatoes.
Can you be a vegetable and a root?
Yeah.
Are you sure? Matthew, can you be a vegetable and a root? You're a news guy. You should know that.
Yeah, but you've got root
I
vegetables.
guess, probably.
That's what they're called, is root vegetables.
Yeah, root vegetables.
Kevin says no.
Kevin
He-
says
He's
no.
the foremost
Root
expert
expert.
on roots, I believe.
Yeah, but Kevin, what's a root vegetable then? What's a turnip?
I've never heard of a root vegetable until this moment.
Yeah, what's a turnip if it's not a vegetable?
Nasty.
I like turnips. Turnips and carrots. Carrots are roots as well.
I like carrots.
Carrots are a root vegetable. So potatoes. I should know. I'm the expert on potatoes.
Coming back with Roundtable, right?
Yeah. No. Oh, I can't find it now.
We're an economic development institution that recruits forest products industry. We're a customer service agency that works with landowners to maximize their forest land's potential.
Well, I mean, we gotta come back.
What, the candy? Nerds candy or roots? F1
Nerds
drivers can't
are
be
roots.
there's that. I'm not going down that avenue. That's messed up. Don't do that.
Stop it.
That's just wrong. That is so wrong.
I'm not laughing at that. I'm laughing at
Yeah,
something
you
else.
did laugh. No, I did not laugh. That's wrong.
I'm laughing at something else.
Are you?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm laughing at Kevin saying that nerds are roots. Nerds have roots. Oh, that's Charlie.
Hmm?
That's Sugar Zoe.
Stop it, Kevin.
Kevin's just teetering on the edge now. He's just waiting, isn't he? Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
All right, time for the Nerd Roundtable. Some things to get to that we were going to get to earlier, and we moved them to the roundtable because we could, including
talking over the intros. It's a thing tonight. Deal with it.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later. So Netflix just came out with a documentary about the We Are the World video, which was, I believe, fascinating because of how they were able to throw the thing together, how they got all the artists into one place, mostly to a degree secretively because the internet didn't exist back then.
Yeah.
And how Quincy Jones was able to produce the album or the record in a way. I especially liked how he wanted only a certain voice on one, and it's like, okay, if you can't hit that note, then just don't say anything. All that. I loved how that was going. I loved the fact, I guess I'm spoiling to a degree, that they wanted Prince.
I don't think you can spoil a documentary.
Yeah, well, these are things that I didn't know. Yeah, so they wanted Prince, so they coerced Sheila E. there, who was dating him at the time. Love Sheila E. Glamorous Life was awesome. She was an excellent drummer. But Prince didn't come. She had glow sticks, electric sticks.
Impact sticks.
They were really cool. But Prince was supposed to do a part, and Prince didn't come. And so because he didn't come, they gave his part to Huey Lewis.
Yeah.
And Huey Lewis, who I have always not really, this is kind of like, yeah, he's Huey Lewis. It made me like Huey Lewis.
Yeah.
Because how he's like, yeah, I'll do it.
Yeah.
And he jumped in there and how nervous he was around it. And you got to think about it. Some of these artists, if you look at them, some of them are just hitting at that time.
Yes.
So they're not guys like Michael Jackson, who's established, who really had just had his biggest hit with the Thriller album.
Yeah.
And so some of these guys are established, like Quincy Jones, like Stevie Wonder, like Bob Dylan. Yeah. I mean, all these people. And then you get these younger people coming in there and just looking around like, oh.
Yeah, like Cyndi Lauper. I mean, she was.
But Cyndi Lauper killed it. I mean.
She killed it, but I know.
And she was a goofball, and she didn't take herself seriously, even though other people were probably making fun of her in the room.
Yeah, I don't think she still does take herself seriously.
She did what her act was.
Yes.
And
she played her persona perfectly.
She did. And just Kenny Loggins jumped in there. Steve Perry jumped in there. Those guys were like Daryl Hall. And then Al Jarreau, drunk Al Jarreau.
Yes. It was, yeah.
Who had to do his parts over and over again. And I loved how Bob Dylan was not comfortable. And you could tell the whole time he wasn't comfortable.
But you could see it in the video as well.
And then when he asked, could Stevie just play it for me on the piano? Do you know how awesome that would be to say, hey, could Stevie Wonder just play that for me on the piano? It's Stevie Wonder, and I get he's Bob Dylan.
I do not care what anybody says. Stevie Wonder can see. Because he was looking at people, like somebody'd be across the room and they'd say something to Stevie and he'd look directly at them. Now he's either Daredevil or not Daredevil. It is Daredevil.
It is Daredevil.
Or he can see.
Anyway, so Stevie Wonder sits down, plays the piano, and Bob Dylan right away is more comfortable and didn't like it. He's like, are you sure?
Yeah.
Are you sure? And you can tell he didn't believe it.
Yeah.
But then they threw it in at the end. And Bruce Springsteen, I thought, did a great job. So all the guys that you think are going to do a great job did a good job. But the fact that they came straight from the American Music Awards, where Lionel Richie had just hosted, won a bunch of awards, then came over and helped organize that whole thing. It was a cool documentary about about one song. And I just really enjoyed it.
I enjoyed the documentary side of it. I like the way it was explaining how everything happened, the way the actual documentary was portrayed. I didn't like it. I
don't understand.
I didn't like the videography of it.
So you didn't like how they filmed it?
Yeah, no. and the way they presented it to you. I didn't enjoy that.
Maybe I'm just so fascinated by the artist because I was a teenager right then when that was happening.
You see, I was 3.
That was like the first song that I went out and bought a cassette of. And it had,
it did come out in cassettes.
I went out and bought that and with my own money.
Oh yeah.
And because it was big, so I helped the
I
children
didn't,
of
'cause
Africa
I
by
was 3
doing
years
that.
old, unfortunately.
And
Matthew wasn't even thought of.
without that, without Band-Aid, there would have been no Live Aid.
Yeah.
Which would be no Radio Goo Goo, Radio Gaga. There would be none of that. So you're going to say you didn't like that?
No, I liked it.
I was going to say, because I was watching that live.
Yeah, no.
Not there,
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
it
Like,
was
that
broadcast
that's-
across the world.
It was, and that was where Genesis, what's his name, Phil Collins, he played the gig in London, then he got onto Concorde, and then he flew across to New York and played the gig in Philadelphia. Like, he played the 2 gigs almost simultaneously, like, because of the 2-hour time difference, because he was on Concorde, which is pretty cool. No, I liked the show. I enjoyed the show. It's just, I don't know. Maybe I just don't like Lionel Richie. Maybe.
I guess that could be it. I thought Lionel Richie was great.
He was great in it. He was great in the actual performance.
You don't like his music.
No, I do like his music because I like to dance on the ceiling many
doesn't?
times.
Well, Matthew dances on the ceiling every night.
Every chance he gets.
Sure.
And you could say you or say me, and we could say it together, and that's the way it should be. But there was something about the way that Netflix made the documentary.
All right, so you would say, if you were to recommend, you would say not to watch it.
No, I'd watch it because it's interesting.
Okay, so I'm going to recommend that if you heard the song and you want to know how they pulled the whole thing together logistically and all that kind of stuff, it's really interesting to watch. How all those egos in one room, how to get them there, the fact that Bruce Springsteen pulled up in his own car and parked across the street.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
I mean, there's just...
Do you know what I thought was really cool? I was like, Quincy Jones was there, and he's so cool.
He's the guy who put the whole thing together.
But at the end of it, he was like, he's so cool. He's like, he didn't even have to drive home. He had someone that was going to drive him. I kind of thought that was cool. I think
because he can't drive.
Yeah, but as somebody that's that popular and that big, never needed to learn to drive because there was always someone going to bring him. I just thought that was cool.
There's that. All right. So check that out if you can. I want to jump into something that I know Matthew would be interested in. Did you know that this has been out there a little bit. Did you know that there were a bunch of actresses who tried out for Princess Leia?
Yeah.
Including, and try to picture this, Farrah Fawcett as Princess Leia.
Yep.
Yes.
Do you know who Farrah Fawcett is? By the way, those of you who don't know who Farrah Fawcett is, most people, guys my age, had a poster of her on their wall in a bikini. She had really good hair. She was in Charlie's Angels.
That's not the only thing that was really good.
She had really good hair.
Her skin was immaculate.
Yes, porcelain, if you will. Amy Irving was tried out for Princess Leia. Do you know who Amy Irving is?
No, but I'm going to look her up now.
And Matthew, do you know who Amy Irving is?
The name sounds familiar.
She was in a ton of things, including Carrie. And I don't know if you watched Carrie, the original Carrie, which had Sissy Spacek in it.
I can see her.
Yeah, she's been in a bunch of
she's
stuff
in front of me, but I can actually see. I could have seen her as
All right, Cindy Williams. Now, I don't know if Cindy Williams was in American Graffiti. She was also in Laverne and Shirley. She was Shirley.
Yep.
And that's a famous one because
she looks like Carrie Fisher.
George Lucas said that he passed her over because he didn't want to put the same people in the next movie he did.
Yeah.
Then he put Harrison Ford in it, who was also in American Graffiti.
Yeah, but I can see Cindy Williams because she kind of looks like Carrie Fisher.
She does have that look, and she already kind of had a haircut that would have worked.
Yeah.
All right, here's the one that shocked me the most. Terry Nunn.
Who?
The lead singer for Berlin.
Oh.
Take My Breath Away. Yeah. She was an actress at the time. She tried out for it and didn't get the part. And then someone was starting a band, and they asked her to front the band, and that's where Berlin came from. The next one, and there's no way this works, Jodie Foster. Can you picture Jodie Foster as...
She would have been too young, wouldn't she?
No.
Would she not?
I don't think so.
No, I can't see her as Princess Leia.
You do know Carrie Fisher was like 18, right? When she did it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she was not too young. The next one, Meryl Streep.
I remember hearing about that one.
Meryl Streep as Princess Leia.
You know, I could kind of see it, but I think she's too strong of an actress.
No. And back then she wouldn't have been.
No, she wouldn't have been.
This was like 1978. I mean,
you were alive then. We weren't.
Yeah, that's true.
You're so old.
Yeah, I am. The next one is Angelica Houston. There's just no way. There's no way.
No, because if Angelica Houston was put on one of the starships, everybody would have died, and she would have been trying to find out who killed them all.
Probably. That's not Angelica Houston.
Oh, thinking of Angela Lansbury.
Yeah, it's two totally different people. Yeah, they don't look alike. Yeah.
That's Angela Lansbury. Sorry.
All right. It's just two more. Jane Seymour.
Oh,
tried out. She was a Bond girl, and she also was Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman.
Yeah. The amount of a massive crush I had on Dr. Quinn.
Do you know any of
Medicine
these
Woman.
people, Matthew?
Yeah.
Dr. Quinn.
You're the youngest person in the room. That's the reason why I'm asking.
Yeah.
All right. And finally, Sigourney Weaver.
No, I can't see her doing it. You know, I can definitely see Dr. Quinn doing it. Yeah.
But you also got to keep in mind, they had to be kind of the same height as Mark Hamill.
Who was, is. He's not the tallest man in the world.
And because it's your sister, dude. I know you didn't know at the time, but it's your sister, dude.
A kiss for luck. That's my sister.
Then you got,
man.
You got to also picture Mark Hamill kissing Angelica Houston. You still don't know who she is.
I do know who Angelica Houston is.
All right.
She was in The Witches. But
Okay,
I
there
still have Angela Lansbury stuck in my head.
Yeah, now Angela Lansbury kissing Luke Skywalker, that's a totally different thing. It's just,
That'd be Luke Skywalker's mother, who it wasn't, because it was obviously Naboo girl. What's her name? Natalie Portman.
Yes, Padme.
That's it, Padme.
Yes, Padme.
My brain turned off.
Yes, it did. We need to take a break.
Will we take a break?
Yeah,
Okay.
when we come back,
I'll restart my brain.
we're going to hit the lightning round and squeeze in everything we didn't get to. You are listening to the Upstate Pulse right here on News Talk 98.9 WRD, the voice of the Carolinas. See, even though I'm not reading, I use my tagging is the reading voice, and I can't get through it without coughing. It's stupid. Oh, it's got to be mental.
I'm going to make an AI of Angela Lansbury.
Come on, Kevin. Well, Angelina Jolie. Okay, but I'm not even sure she was born then.
Could have pulled off. Yes, she could have. But here's the yeah. Kevin, no.
And there's a lot of actresses today that could have pulled it off, but at the time. And some of these women hadn't really hit their stride yet as far as their acting chops, and went on to do just fine without it. Whereas
there's something about Angela Jolie that I'm just kind of like Angelina Jolie. I'm just like
because she kissed her brother and that freaked everyone out.
Oh yes, yeah.
I agree, Mark. They look a little. Even their tights look retro.
They look like the Ultimate Warrior, kind of. Oh, now they don't. Now they look like
they're making fun of Hulk Hogan. Yeah,
yeah.
Get him, Hook.
Why is that tiny little guy in the
That's
ring with
Hook.
the two big guys?
He's a prodigy. He's too small,
He's
but
tiny.
His dad is really famous and is an announcer there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I could.
His dad is
Dolly
Taz.
Parton.
You won't know who Taz is, but his dad is Taz.
But if Dolly Parton did it, you know, there would have been two things that really stuck out.
No, she couldn't. They wouldn't have been able to make it across on the rope, across the chasm. That wouldn't have happened. And Carrie Fisher was braless the entire time.
Yeah, because what's his name? George Lucas told her that there was no underwear in space. He done that deliberately. Can't say I blame him.
She was also getting busy with Harrison Ford, who was like 20 years older than her. So, I mean, you know.
Yeah, I like Harrison Ford. He's kind of cool.
All right, he tapped. Let him out. Come on, ref. Break it up.
Keep it going.
She was. It's a good call, Trey. She was in the Addams Family movie.
Morticia.
Did you see like the earlier Addams Family movies?
WRD, the voice.
See, I'll never be able to look at Angelica Houston without thinking Angela Lansbury now. you just ruined that.
Yeah, they still float, man. I get it, but they're there.
All right. You know that line? Stop it.
We're talking about the buns on the side of her head.
Yeah, I'll give you Odie's phone number and you can just text him all this stuff. I'm not going to do that, but
I'll give it to you. No one. Diddle it in.
Well, I've nearly made it through.
I'm proud of you.
We should have a half noob button where it goes
Why?
or
No, you either noobed or you didn't.
Oh no, I didn't. It's when I came back in from the news, and that was that microsecond.
You know what the listeners don't hear.
Yeah, no, I know.
They don't hear.
I know. I'm just saying.
It sounds like that you've went noobless this entire time and you feel guilty, like you should have been noobed.
I was noobless last week as well, and the week before that, and the week before that.
Because I wasn't here.
Yeah, but I didn't noob, and there was no noobable acts.
I'll ask Rob about that.
I will.
He's an expert on noobs.
Yeah, and Cameron was here, so he'd know.
Yeah, well.
Lightning can only strike twice so many times.
All right, it's time for the lightning round where we squeeze in as many things as we possibly can. Usually I talk really fast here, but I can't, so we'll probably squeeze in like one thing.
I can talk really fast. You really want to talk really fast?
I don't. Come on, man. Come on.
Sorry, I'm just letting it out there.
Back it off. All right.
Slow.
A woman has returned a couch to Costco. How long did she keep the couch before she returned it? Odie.
7 years.
No. Oh. Matthew.
2.5 hours.
No, it was actually 3.5 years.
I was close.
So a Costco member has tested the limits of the retailer's return policy by returning the couch she bought 3.5 years ago because she decided she didn't like it anymore.
Well, I mean,
so she just looked at it and went, you know what? I don't like the couch anymore. I'm taking it back. Here she is. I just didn't like it anymore, Jackie Nguyen says in a TikTok video, because of course, we just don't like the color anymore. And even though Nguyen didn't have a receipt for the piece of furniture, Costco accepted return. She asked me if there was anything wrong with it. And I said, I just didn't like it anymore. They gave us a full refund. So yeah, it worked. Now, Nguyen is encouraging other shoppers to purchase their furniture from Costco.
You see,
buy your furniture from Costco, girl. You can return it when you don't like it anymore.
That's the problem with the world, is the likes of people like that putting stuff on TikTok that are going to take down the little man and they're going to destroy.
Costco's not the little man.
No, but somebody is going to go into a local store where they bought something about 74 years ago and they're going to say, excuse me, can I return that because I don't like the way it looks anymore? And I was told on TikTok I no longer need a receipt, so you just have to take it off me, okay? And that's going to, you see, this is what happens.
Mean the stores where they most likely have return policies that are not the same as Costco?
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so they're not going to be able to return them, and it's a moot point.
Somebody's going to walk back into McDonald's with an empty burger holder and say, I ate this burger and now it's gone, so it's not there anymore. I don't want to return it.
By the way, I just want to point out that we at the Upstate Pulse and News Talk 98.9 do not suggest that you do any of that stuff.
No, do not.
But if you do, let us know.
We will happily laugh at you.
Yes.
Yeah, I will throw my head back and laugh like a drunken musketeer.
So Kevin's got a good point. Cheapest, best word of mouth advertising, Costco wins. They do.
Costco wins.
Unless there is a slew of people, which is a lot of people, by the way, if you didn't know.
Slew. How
many
to
do the same thing? Multiple. Yes.
That's as clear as mud.
It is. You can see through mud if you got X-ray vision.
Superboy could.
No, his X-ray vision is spotty because he's a clone.
Ruined it. Spoiler alert.
No, everyone knows that.
That's like an introductory. introductory thing for the character.
Well, maybe
Yes.
I'm just an introductive Irishman.
Maybe. They don't teach that on the peninsula, apparently. All right. So last night, WWE, which is doing so well, did something that's making a lot of people mad. It's the most disliked video that they put out in years. Roman Reigns come out and took Cody's story and decided that he's going to wrestle. The Rock came out and decided that he's going to wrestle Roman Reigns. People really, really upset about this. Very, very angry, and they should be. Don't know how it's going to end up, but I just want to say this: if you're a wrestling fan, and I'm the only one in this room that is one, that's fine.
I used to be.
Cody said, "I will not be wrestling you at WrestleMania." Doesn't mean he won't be wrestling him at Elimination Chamber, which happens before WrestleMania. So
So you read
that in
between
mind.
the lines on that one.
I haven't seen the script, but it's possible.
Yeah.
He made that a point of emphasis in his speech.
But here's the thing: what age is The Rock? He's in his 50s, isn't he?
I think he's in his 40s, like late 40s, maybe.
Yeah, he's close to 50 probably.
Yeah.
People have these things that they can look it up and probably find out.
Interwebs. But is he too old to keep wrestling, or is he?
No,
he's 51.
Yeah, he hasn't
Senior,
wrestled in a while. Have you seen him? He's
in top condition.
Okay, yeah. Mark says The Rock.
Mark got it. Yeah.
I think it's a mistake, and The Rock did this when he went to DC and decided Black Adam was going to be the best thing ever. It was not.
No, it was.
And he
he
got Henry Cavill over there just so Henry Cavill could get fired,
Yeah.
which I still hold that against him.
A little bit.
XFL did not do well, although he was able to merge it. He makes himself. He gets hired as a member of the board for WWE, and then puts himself in the biggest match of and takes away a storyline from someone that's been going for 2 years. And I have a problem with that, and so do a lot of other people. So
He looks good though.
he does look good.
If I look like that when I'm 51, I'd be happy.
Well, the fact that was 4 years ago for me, and I
Yeah.
don't,
Yeah.
and I won't.
Well-
Yeah, there's that.
Never said I.
I want to thank Matthew for bringing in the cookies.
Oh yeah.
But I'm not sold yet. I'm not. We got to have more. Sample size needs to be bigger.
Oh, of
That's the
course.
only-
of
Well, then we need to
course.
have a cookie off. You need
Yeah.
to bake cookies.
No.
Yeah.
No, I'm not
That's-
baking cookies. Matthew is.
That's what I heard.
No, I'm not. It's not a competition. We want to help him get better, Odie.
And
That's
the way
what
we can
wanna
help
do.
him get better is with friendly competition.
No. I mean, if you want to bake cookies too, you go ahead. I'm not going to try it because I'm not any good at it, and I win more by tasting his cookies.
Okay.
Yes.
It's a win-win situation.
It is absolutely. Thanks to all the texters. Thanks for everyone on the stream. Apologize for the coughing that I did on the air. I'll try to do better next week. And that wimpy coughing it's Odie, it's not me. So there's that. And next week. All right, that's just nasty.
No,
all right,
don't do
so
that.
next week
That
the
was
bracket will probably start. So get your texting fingers ready. 71307 next week.
We really want to see those fingers.
Thank you for listening to the Upstate Pulse right here on News Talk 98.9 WORD. Have a great weekend, everyone.
That's from a TV show.
Coughing sweet potatoes.
It's a TV show in Ireland. It's like, we really want to see those fingers. We really want to see because you got to push the button. That's what that's all
All
about.
right, say goodnight, Odie.
Good night, Odie.
Say goodbye, Matthew.
Goodbye, Matthew.
And I, on behalf of the sick Cameron and everyone else, say adios,
Look, my hand is
adiento.
blurry.
And I will see you Monday on the Rob Brown Show.